My study habits are definitely better than they were a year ago, but overall they are pretty similar. I've always relied on my notes, my professor's notes, and my textbook. This year I think I've been better with my overall planning of studying. I've tried to keep up with material as it's presented to me. I don't wait until a week before the test to start going over the material. I'll take notes from lectures as soon as I can, and I find this strategy really helpful because then I'm not cramming around exam time because I've been looking at the material all along. If I had to teach my favorite class for one semester, which would be cell biology, I'm not exactly sure what I'd want to bring to the classroom. Basically, all of my classes are large lectures where the only things provided are a projector and a chalkboard. One thing I'd want to bring using these limited resources would be lots of images and figures from scientific papers and experimental results. I find it really helpful to see the proof behind the concepts we learn, and I think being able to interpret results from scientific papers is really important for learning the material in my field. Another resource I would put to use would be the iClicker system that we have here at Michigan. A lot of my professors use it, and it's where they put up questions during lecture, and we answer them using the clickers, and we can see what the class has said. I think that this keeps the lectures interactive and the students engaged, and it also shows how well we're getting the material at the same time, so the professors can adjust the lecture as they see how well we're understanding it. The last thing I'd bring to the classroom would be lots of practice materials. I think the most helpful way of learning information is by having a lot of different questions and things to think about. The worst class I've ever taken here has been general chemistry, which I took freshman year. This class was a lot of math that we would go over in lecture, and this would consist of my professor posting the entire problem and solution on a PowerPoint slide and going through it very quickly. It's really hard to go to follow math problems on a PowerPoint slide. If he had done them on the chalkboard, it would have slowed my professor down and allowed us to actually see what was going on with this problem. As a TA, I would go through the problems much more slowly and try to explain what's going on rather than just throwing the equations on the slide. The class also had online homework, which I found extremely unhelpful. There were at least 30 problems every week and it took hours to do. And I found they were not extremely representative of what we learned in class or what we were tested on. I'd want to redesign this homework system and make the problems more relevant to what we were actually learning.